Hi ladies, so today's video is going to be e.l.f. hit and misses. I have gotten a couple requests to do some more e.l.f. videos because I did recently do my third haul. And basically what I do is when e.l.f. sends me an email saying that they're having 50% off, I just go plumb wild and just buy a whole bunch of stuff and, you know, just have fun with it. And there's actually a lot of products that I use in my daily routine, makeup routine, or I use a lot. So there are definitely a lot of hits. There's a couple misses, so I'm going to do the misses first and then the hits last. I don't know why, that just sounds like the bad news first and the good news last. I don't know. So the first thing is the e.l.f. SPF 45 protection UVA UVB sunscreen protection. Now this is in a powder form. Looks like this. And it has like a slight tint to it. It definitely, you know, it's not dark, it's not light. But when you put it on your skin, like you can see how chalky it is. And I guess that benefits, I mean, so you can see so you can get the sunscreen protection. The problem I have with this is it just makes your skin look very matte, and not in a pretty matte, like if you have oily skin, I'm not saying go out and buy it, but it just almost looks very, very chalky. Again, that's probably because it's sunscreen protection and you have to have some kind of barrier from the sun for it in order for it to actually work, but it's just not a good makeup product. It's not waterproof, it doesn't stay on very long. I honestly haven't tested it to see if it actually does work, but it just left my skin very, very chalky looking, very dead-like. It was not good at all. So I would not recommend that in the least bit. The next product is something that I actually recently got for my hauls. These are the smudge pots. Now, I guess the big theme of this is, I've noticed in a lot of, and when you see my misses, you'll kind of get the same, you know, idea, but anything in the white caps or in the white packaging, I believe is their lowest end line. And I have a lot of problems with their lower end line. They're not as good, they're very, very cheap. They remind me of kid makeup, to be completely honest with you. But I got these in my last hits, and they're just like these little eyeshadow smudge pot things. Like there's the gold, you can see right there. This is brownie points. You can see it right there. So those are the two. The problem I have with them is no matter what I did, I used the Urban Decay Urban Decay, what is it? Eyeshadow primer. And I've used that for every single one of my eyeshadows, whether it be powder, whether it be liquid, whether it be cream, regardless. I've always used it and it's really, really good. Even with this, using that really, really good primer, I could not get these things not to crease. They bled all over, they creased, they looked horrible after a while. They just were not pretty. They're pretty colors. I mean, you can see they're very, like especially the brownie points, very pigmented, pretty when they go on, but they just did not stay where they needed to be. And even when I set it with like a translucent powder, it got cakey, it was not good. Again, in the white thing, so I'm guessing it's because it's so cheap. So would not recommend that at all. Kind of going along the same theme, the e.l.f. Flawless Eyeshadow. I picked this up because I thought, oh, it's so cute. I mean, it's definitely really pretty colors. It tells you exactly what they're for. Line crease, can't see that one, and then base, I guess, is that one, whatever. So really, really pretty colors. This is in beautiful browns. And again, really pretty and pigmented when you put it on, you know, when you put them on your fingers, but they were chalky when they applied. They did not buff out well. They didn't stay for very long. It just was a really bad, seriously cheap, bad eyeshadow. Obviously it's cheap, but you could feel, I've gotten other eyeshadows from e.l.f. and they work just fine, have no problems with them, but I guess it's something about that this is their cheapest line, and so they just didn't work. Again, kind of going on the same white packaging. This is their shimmer. Chalky, disgusting. There's no shimmer in it whatsoever. It looked horrible on my skin. It made me look dead. It made me look white. Not good. Same thing with their bronzer. This is what their bronzer looks like. Again, chalky, nasty. It's very matte. Thought it would work. It made me look dead. I mean, just was yucky, yucky, yucky. And I have no tissue paper whatsoever. I ran out of my makeup wipes. So yeah, anything, basically the theme is anything in the white packaging, it's very, very hit and miss. Everything that's in my hits are all black packaging. So I would just say, unless you really, really find something that you just want to try out, I would not, you know, bank your money on anything in the white packaging. They don't work very well. Now this one, oh, I guess I'll do this one, because this also is in the white packaging. It's the E.L.F. Jumbo Lip Gloss Stick. This is in color Movie Star. It looks like this. Jumbo stick, lipstick. I don't have a problem so much with the formula. It gave a little tint, gave my lips like a very pretty flush look. The problem is it made my teeth look seriously yellow. Now granted, that has nothing to do with the formula. It has everything to do with the color, but I would not get this color Movie Star in this jumbo lip thing, because I mean, my teeth aren't the whitest, I'll be completely honest with you, but they're not seriously yellow. This one made it look like I had been smoking for 20 years. I mean, that's what it looks like. This is what it looks like on. I mean, just a pretty, I guess it's not a blue red, so that's why it makes it look like that, but I wouldn't buy it. But otherwise, aside from the color, the pigment is good. It's like a lip gloss in a crayon. It's really convenient to have in your purse. It has a nice feeling to it or whatever, so the formula is okay. It's just that particular color is just no bueno. Whatever. I'm not Spanish. Why am I speaking Spanish? Anyways, the last thing for my misses is the E.L.F. Eye Brightener. Now I had gotten this as an under eye powder, and this is in the color Buff. It's just kind of a little bit yellow. The problem with this is it's supposed to brighten the eye area. It doesn't. All it did was sit in my fine lines, and throughout the day I just noticed that it would just settle into my fine lines and there was just a streak of yellow guck under it. Not cool, not good at all. I was having to bring like a fluffy brush to work to buff it out halfway throughout the day. No good. So those are my misses. Obviously there's a couple other products that I'm not 100% crazy about, that I necessarily wouldn't, they're not my favorite, but I would not recommend them, so I didn't include them in the video. These are products that I've tried that I would not recommend, and pretty much again the theme of anything in the white packaging I would just kind of steer clear of, unless you, I mean, I think they're $1 each, so it's not like you're going to be completely out of money, but just kind of go in with the mindset of anything in the white packaging most likely is not going to work. So here are my hits. These are things that I use in my day-to-day makeup routine. These are things that I like, that I would recommend, that I really think are really good products regardless of the price, but even better because of the price, if that makes any sense. So the first thing is the E.L.F. Tinted Moisturizer. This has SPF 20, has aloe, cucumber, and vitamins A, C, and E. This is in color Ivory. Now I just recently picked this up for my third haul, and I was like, you know what, let me go ahead and try it. I'm really finicky about face products. Foundation is one of those things I don't think you should chintz out on. I think that you should have a really good foundation because that's the base of your makeup. And if your face looks flawless, who cares what your eyes look like and stuff like that if you just have pretty skin. I get more compliments on my skin than I ever do with my eyes. So to me, it's just really important to have a good base. Now I'm wearing this today. I think it is a really, really good product. Now granted, in saying this, I don't have a lot to cover up. I have a lot of redness and I have dark eye circles. Obviously this doesn't help any way, shape, or form with my dark eye circles, but what I like about it is it doesn't counteract with any of my dark eye circle products that I use. It doesn't break up the formula, it doesn't get cakey, it doesn't get anything like that. I can use this with all my dark eye circle products, my Benefit Erase Paste, my under eye setting cream, my Maybelline dark circle eraser, and it doesn't mix, it mixes well. It doesn't compete with it or anything like that. But what I also like about it is it just gives me this flawless face. It does have the moisturizer in it, which because I'm super dry is really, really good. And it has a slight tint to it. It's not anything crazy. It's definitely not full coverage. It's a very light coverage. But again, because I have only redness that I'm trying to, erase, it does a really, really good job. Now, obviously, if you have acne, I wouldn't recommend it because you need something a little bit more for full coverage. But if you have just redness that you have to cover up, maybe even freckles that you don't mind kind of peeking through, this is a really, really good product. It has not broken me out. It has, don't look at this thing because that's from something else that I tried, but it's not this because I've been using this one for longer and it didn't break me out. Hasn't broken me out. It doesn't feel greasy at the end of the day, obviously because I have dry skin. But just a really, really good product, and it lasts for a decent time. So definitely think that's a good buy. The next one is the, I got powder all over this, the E.L.F. Contouring Blush and Bronzer Combo. This is in color Blushed Bronze. Now, obviously, you've seen this all over YouTube and all over Pinterest. This color is supposedly the dupe for the NARS Orgasm. It is a very, very pretty color. As you can see, I have used this product a lot. The bronzer has a little bit of sparkle, but it doesn't make me look muddy or anything like that. And that color is flawless. I mean, it definitely is a great, great little thing. I actually had my friend buy it, and she likes it a lot as well. So cheap, it's nice color. The one thing I do have to say about the E.L.F. products, they don't last as long as some of the higher end products, but to help you with that, get the Urban All-Nighter Makeup Setting Spray, and it'll last as long as you want it to. The next thing is another blush. This is the E.L.F. Blush, Mineral Blush in Bliss. This is what it looks like. I think I've debuted this on one of my favorites before, and people did say it just gives you like a natural looking glow. If you have fair skin, I think this is gorgeous with fair skin. It's super easy to blend. It does last a little bit longer. It just gives you a nice, pretty, natural, flush glow. The color is awesome. The formula is really, really good. If you're somebody who's not a pro at applying makeup, I think this blends very, very well, and it's very, very easy. The next thing is a recent thing that I got in one of my hauls, but it's the E.L.F. Baked Blush. This is in Peachy Cheeky. You can see it's got a little bit of a darker like brown, and then a little bit of reds and a little bit of highlighter. What I like about this is you can use this product all by itself, and it gives you that glow so you don't need the highlighter, but it also is not something that will, like right now I'm wearing the blush plus highlighter, and I don't feel like my face looks like completely overdone. I think it just looks like natural and pretty. I'm wearing this color on my cheeks right now. As you can see, it's very natural. It gives a very natural flush. What I like about it is, though it's not very pigmented, it's never going to be overpowering. I literally just take my brush and dab it like this and flush it out. You can sit there and you can go, what I like about it is it's buildable. It's not like the first time you have to be like, oh gosh, it's going to get too much. It's buildable the first time. You want to do a little bit more, you put a little bit more on. So I like that because it's so easy to go over blushed. It's easy. The next thing is and I've said this before, and I know I've had it in one of my favorites before, but I absolutely love it. It's the E.L.F. High Definition Under Eye Setting Powder. Now it comes in a little tub like this. The only complaint I have about this is it's so little, but you sprinkle it out, and it does have a little sparkle. The camera's not going to pick it up. It does have a slight sparkle to it when you look in the powder, but it doesn't look like that on your skin. I have been using this religiously forever. No, I wouldn't say forever. For about a year and a half. This is the only thing that I set my under eye setting powder or my under eye area with. It's great. It gives you like a nice airbrush glow. It doesn't cake up. It doesn't look cakey. It doesn't look, it just looks beautiful. This is my favorite product, probably out of everything that E.L.F. has done, my all-time favorite product, especially because I have dark eye circles to try to mask, if you will. What I also like about it is the fact that it doesn't settle in the fine lines. It airbrushed through, and even throughout the day, I can look at it and I don't see anything in my under eye area. And it has a good staying power. Just a really, really, if you're gonna buy anything, I would definitely recommend this. It is great. The next thing, boy, I'm hot as Hades. Whew. Oh, excuse me, man, hot. Anyways, the next thing is the E.L.F. Bake Highlighter. Again, this is one of the things that I got from my last haul. This is in Pink Diamonds. It's a really pretty kind of champagne-y pink color. It doesn't look chalky at all. Again, it's not super pigmented. What I've been using it with is just a little brush like this, putting it and just dabbing it on. Again, it's not like in comparison, the Mary Lou Luminizer by The Balm, this stuff you can go crazy with. This stuff is one of those products you have to literally put a little dab on because you will look like you're a greased monkey if you put too much of this on. What I like about this is you don't have that. It's buildable. The first time you put it on, You put it like this, okay, I need a little bit more, let me put a little bit more on. It's very, very difficult to overdo it, and that's one of the reasons why I like it is because sometimes, you know, you don't, you want to be able to control the product and not go crazy overboard with it. So I really, really like that. And it just gives like a nice little pink hue to it. It's not overpowering or anything like that, just very natural looking. The next two products I know I have talked about before in my favorites video, but this is the E.L.F. Long Lasting Luxurious Eyeshadow. These do not have colors, but all I can say is this is the purple one and this is the gold one. Now I am wearing the gold right now, very soft, subtle sparkle, nothing crazy. This is what they look like swatched. And they have like a mousse feel. It's not cream. The only way I could describe it is moussey. And it's kind of when you first like try it, it's like, oh, that's a different feeling. But this one is the purple, gorgeous, gorgeous. And then this one is the goldish taupe kind of looking. And it looks a little bit darker in the pan than it does, you know, on your hand. But it's just, it blends easy. All I do is take my finger, blend it out. No eyeshadow needed, no setting powder needed. I did use a primer under it, but it doesn't crease. It's long lasting. It just is a really, really pretty colors. Definitely if you're somebody who, and the great thing about it is they're cheap. So if you want to add a couple colors to your collection, if you want to try it, these are super cheap products that you can do that with. The next thing, and I know I've mentioned this again, is the E.L.F. Mineral Eyeshadow Primer. Now, if you do not want to spend an arm and a leg on the Urban Decay eyeshadow primer, then this is your next best thing. It is, I think, $2, $3, something crazy. It comes in a little wand. I have used it for under eye and I have used it for my eyeshadow. It doesn't crease, it's long lasting. And what I also like about it is because it has a little bit of color in it, if there's days when I don't want to wear eyeshadow and I just want something very natural, this kind of hides the veins in your eyes. It evens out that skin tone, makes you kind of look like pretty, you know? I mean, it's a brightener and you don't have to put any product on. So it's kind of like a dual purpose. It's a primer, but you can actually also use it as an eyeshadow, as a very natural eyeshadow. It just covers up the veins and stuff like that. So definitely good. The next one is, and I have gotten, one of my videos, somebody commented on my eyebrows. I'm not wearing this today because my eyebrows are a little bit lighter than normal, but this is the product that I've been using up to, I would say 2 weeks ago, just because when I tint my eyebrows, I don't have to use a lot of product, so I just use this. And then as the tint comes out, I fill it in with this. So I'll be using this in about a week or so. But this is the eyebrow lifter and filler. It has a little pencil sharpener on the end, super convenient. This is what it looks like. This is in color, we don't know, but it's probably the lightest color. It's probably like blonde or whatever the lightest color is, because obviously I'm very fair. But this is kind of what it looks like. Now right here, all the eyebrow fillers, and I don't understand this. This is the only one I've ever gotten. This is completely different. No, even that one. They're all muddy looking. And I always, like, when I first put it on, I'm like, what the heck? You know, when I look at it, I'm like, that just looks disgusting. It looks like baby poop. I mean, it's just a disgusting color right there. But I guess that's just the way that it needs to be, the color, because it's everywhere. But anyways, yeah, so it has like a waxy feel to it. So you don't have to use the clear wax or whatever. So your eyebrows kind of stay where they need to go. And then on the other side is a highlighter. I am currently wearing this. I got straight hair, but I usually just pull it up through here and buff it out with my finger, and it just gives that flawless look and just kind of brightens that area up a little bit more. But I use this every single time. It's kind of got a waxy feel to it as well, but it doesn't crease, it just, once you put it on, it's like you never even knew you put it on. It's very lightweight and nice, but I like this one. The next thing, we're almost done, oh my goodness, and I was kind of surprised by this product, because when I buy eyeliners, now I have NARS eyeliner, I have Urban Decay eyeliner, yeah, those are probably the two eyeliners that I use. So I was kind of surprised by this one. This is their E.L.F. Mineral Eyeliner, and this is in color black. Now what I like about it is the mechanical pencil, and also that the mechanical pencil is more tapered, it's more pointy, so you get more of a straight line with it. It's not big, like, trying to figure out, like, here's the Urban Decay one. Now obviously this isn't a mechanical pencil, this is a regular pencil, but even the NARS one, the mechanical pencil, is more bold tip, if that makes any sense, and this is like more of a chisel tip. So you just get really exact lines. But what I like about this is it goes on like butter. I mean, look at that. Just no effort whatsoever needed. It just goes on. It's not the deepest black that there is, but it's still pretty deep. I mean, it's flawless. I mean, it is flawless, flawless, flawless. Definitely a great product if you don't want to spend 20 bucks for an eyeliner, if you just want a really good eyeliner that stays, that doesn't bleed or anything like that. It's easy to take off during the day. I use, at the end of the day, I use coconut oil, take it off, it comes out perfectly. But it just has a really pretty, velvety, smooth pencil. Go out and spend 3 bucks and get this one, and you won't be disappointed. The last product is eyeshadow brushes. Now these, I've had this one, I just recently got this one. This is, I think these are just called, they're blending brushes, I believe it is. But really, obviously, super cute. I mean, how can you not say that those are cute? They come in purple, blue, clear, pink, I think that's it. But these are my go-to crease blushes. I mean, this is where I blend this area out in my crease. It gives a flawless, I mean, this is, don't go and spend 20 bucks on makeup brushes. Spend, I think this is 3 or 4 bucks, and this is just, it's really, really, really good. So good that I had to buy a second one. That's how much I liked it. So hopefully you enjoyed the video. Again, there's other products that I use in E.L.F. that I necessarily wouldn't recommend, or that they're not my favorites, but I wouldn't not recommend them. So I didn't include those in my feature. One thing I do want to do is I did buy a lot of mascara, and I want to one day do a product review on their mascaras, kind of giving you an idea of how each one works. But this is it for the hit and misses. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Bye.